Good morning, everybody. It is 7 o'clock in the morning here in the UK. Getting myself sorted, ready for going back to work on Friday. So usually an early start. So training my body to get up again after being off for 2 weeks. So the plan today is to carry on with the Opress Firespray. Yesterday we mapped out all the tattoos on this one side. Today we are going to put the rest of the tattoos in on the other side, and then we're going to start to do some highlighting as well on this skin tone as well. So stay tuned, share the post and share the stream around, and we're going to get cracking. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll get started in a moment. Perfect. And away we go. So hope everyone's well this morning. If you're awake at this time, what you doing? Are you as crazy as me? Okay, so time to find some reference points. So reference point number 1 is roughly there for that part of the nose. So looking at the bottom part of the eyes, this kinks in pretty much halfway down, and a small amount up, so halfway across that panel, small part up. That's marking his eye out on this side. That bends round. The black mark starts there for his under his eye. Sort of finishes there. So using the reference points from the other side, that makes that really easy to sort of get a similar shape for the eye. And then we come in halfway down that line and a little bit in correspondence with there. Halfway down that line, so about there. That's for the inside part of the tattoo. And the outside part will go there. There's a sharper arch at the top. And flows over. Quite nicely. So I just want a little bit high if I'm looking at it straight on. So I need to drop that down a touch. Yeah, always referencing this other side. If you reference the other side, you won't go too far wrong. Bit of a secret tip for when you're doing any freehand mapping work, especially if you've got a symmetrical design. So get that part of that top tattoo up in the top corner. And that kinks in into that crease there. No, it needs to go a bit further out than that. Probably still a bit more after that. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, so let's do this bit on the top. Again, this is only a rough design, because once, again, like we did yesterday, all I'll do is just cut it all back in to be in exactly the right places. So hopefully there's anyone watching. Can you hear me? Hopefully there's the volume on here is working again. Picture looks alright, you can see what's going on. Like I say, the hard bit is actually getting the first lot of the tattoos into place. Once you've got that done, you're kind of halfway there, really. I know I keep saying that, but it is really, really important to get it in the right spot. So when you get it right, it comes together very, very quickly. That's probably coming a bit too far, actually. Let's get some Chaos Black out and just trim that back in. So down on the front here. Sort of arches in a bit there into that central section. Okay, I'll get the black out in a second, just trim that in. It's looking more like it. So that's definitely looks like we're in the right place there. So it's a bit under his cheek to do now. So this section drops down a touch. Doesn't go past that line though. And bounces back up. And that line goes straight to that panel in the corner. To there, and then cuts back. Up here. And then on the side, starts in the middle and goes across that edge. A bit like that. Okay, so that's all the basic outlining done. So let's start filling it in. And then we can have another look at the symmetry that leaves in a second. can imagine at this time of day, I know we're down to one viewer at the moment. I can imagine a lot of you are still in bed. You think, what is this crazy guy doing up at this time of the day painting? Well, I was making the most of an opportunity, and I'm quite excited to get this done, I'll be honest. But this will be available for rewatching this part of it on my YouTube channel, and I think it stays on Twitch for 14 days, so if you watch it on Twitch and you want to duplicate this or watch it again, head over to the YouTube channel. Yeah, drop a subscribe over there. It's just Enigma Wargaming. Yeah, do a search for it. You won't go too far wrong. And you might also find a video series called the Enigma Code. You fancy solving a puzzle, and you get over there relatively soon, being with a chance to win some prizes too. So, you know, always giving back. And then what we'll do with these black lines in a moment, we'll thicken them all up, get them in the right place. This is the eye area. So if I remember rightly, we had a dark line coming down this section here. So like I say, this is just the first base colour, so obviously this isn't the finished colour, but this is just my base to build upon. So this was Steel Legion Drab from Citadel, was the first colour I've put on here. To be fair, it's a really nice colour. I like using it quite a lot, especially for sort of them oranges or yellow bases. Yeah, sort of like this skin tone that's going on. So if you are new here, you know, leave a comment down below on the YouTube video. Where did you find me? Where did you see my work? Have you come over from Instagram or from Facebook? Let me know. It's quite interesting to know where you've all come from. Okay, so let's get in there. It's all starting to balance itself out quite nicely. Really like this section on the top of the hull. That's really going to stand out when it's out on the tabletop. That's fantastic. I'm really happy with that. Yeah, sometimes the best part of creating something new is that you actually surprise yourself sometimes. nice cup of coffee in the morning too. Excuse me. Bit croaky this morning. Obviously because it's early. Right, I can see some black seeping through into them cracks there. Let's try and fill them in. Looks like just a gap in the actual model, that. But if I get a little bit of paint in there, that usually helps to fill it a touch. Not that I'm putting loads in, don't get me wrong. Just to make sure any of those recessed areas are, we've got it in the right place. Okay, so I think using my artistic license, I like the idea of this bit coming down a bit further. So I'm going to extend these teeth down. So I quite like the look of that. So this is the first of 2 thin coats on this first part of the scheme. So plan is now I'm going to another thin coat over what I've already done, just to get that first layer and the opacity of it right. So I don't want it too see-through. Like I say, once I've done this next bit, it won't go too far higher in terms of a highlight. Be some really subtle blending, which will look great. You know, we said yesterday about, or in the last video, about visualising what you want to achieve. I can already in my head see the colour of this, and especially with the 2 colours that I've got on my desk already, which is, again, like we said yesterday, got Steel Legion Drab and then up to Zamisi Desert. You can see if I move towards this colour, you know, the yellow that will be on his skin will be, you know, quite reflective of what it is in the artwork that we've chosen. Yep. Also, if you're watching this again, you can see at the bottom down there I've got my my August follower goal. So trying to get to 75 followers by the end of August. So 5 days to go. And we need another, what, 18? So we're nearly there. So fantastic effort so far, but if you're not following the channel so far, if you'd like to, please feel free. Right, here we go. Just getting this yellow skin tone brightened up. Good morning. Gotta love them French girls. So how are we doing today? You alright? Bit of an early wake up call. But wife's asleep, kids are asleep. And then I'm back to work on Friday, so this is just a bit of a training session for getting my body back out of bed early in the morning. And I'm so really excited to get this project pretty much done. So you're up early too? Yeah, I'm all good, mate. All good. Like I said, I've been off work for a couple of weeks on holiday, which has been nice. Good break from my office. Enjoying a bit of painting time, which is nice. So I'm not sure if you tuned in yesterday, but managed to get most of this done yesterday on one side. We're just starting to do the fill on the colour on this other side. Yeah. No, thanks for tuning in, pal. It's at the minute I'm normally doing a stream on a Sunday evening, but I think I'm having a quick bit of a tweak to the schedule. So I'm going to start doing it on I think a Thursday evening and then a Sunday evening for a couple of hours. Just work on some projects, some commissions, just stream the painting that I'm already doing anyway. I don't know if you've seen it, I've been doing a little bit of Call of Duty streaming, but that's just for a bit of fun really. But I need to pay attention to the channel and get the viewers up a little bit. It unlocks a few nice little perks along the way that'll help me do this a bit more regularly. So yeah, so they changed the schedule. I mean, I'll do a Thursday and a Sunday at around 7-ish. I know there's other streamers out there that do similar painting stuff at that time. However, that's the only time I can fit it in the diary, so yeah, definitely, mate. Just give us a shout whenever you're on. Or if you're not on, just send me a message and say, do you want a game? I'm not sure about a matching fang, because the last one I did for the mall was part of the Shadow Collective, the Mandalorians. I think that's right. However, I'm tempted. I've got a couple in my box that could do with a little bit of paint going on them. So I might do one red one. I might do one of this yellow tone as well. Then each one's got a matching escort, should we say. But to be fair, the plan is that if I do fly these, that they'll be flying together anyway, because I'm going to be doing another Death Watch. Yes, sorry mate, not Shadow Collective. That was the whole Darth Maul thing. Yeah, I think the idea will be to fly the Maul Firespray, which will be my next set of videos. So hopefully it'll be a double Firespray list. But instead of Kath, I want to try and fly AIM and the bombing Firespray. So that's who this one will represent. I think. We'll see. But I'm not really one for flying the meta lists. So we'll see how it pans out. But I just wanted to paint this scheme up. It's not about playing it, it's more about, you know, about getting this in the getting this on the board. Oh yeah, mate, I'd love a game on TTS. At the minute I'm kind of getting probably one a week in at the moment, as part of the league that we're doing. Oh, have you been getting on with it? Or we could have a game and you can run it against me. I need to stop doing that. I keep painting it like I haven't got a camera in my way. It's always nice when you've got a few tricks up your sleeve. That definitely sounds like my style of play, that. Yeah, trying to paint and watch the chat at the same time. Doing alright. Luckily the camera's right in front of my face. So I managed to do a different setup with the camera this time, which has been nice. Which means it kind of perches over. So there's nothing in the way now that I'm getting stuck on down here in front of me. So it's all on the other side of the table. Leaning over, which is quite good. Because before, every time I kind of brought my hands in, I kept knocking the camera. Right, okay, so this first layer is almost there. Okay, so this is coming together pretty nicely. So, a bit of a cheeky request, if you don't mind, pal. If you don't mind sharing this around in a couple of places, that would be wicked. I know it's a bit early, but people might be waking up, and to stick it on for half an hour would be great. Oh, nice, 4-0. So it must have a bit of beef to it. Right, time to add a little bit of this Zamisi Desert Yellow in now. And this will start to bring the highlights up. Okie dokie. Just feathering in the colour there. Oh, nice. So that means you're the underdog for every game, and you still beat them all up. That's when you know it's definitely working. Yeah, I just think I miss playing bombs. Actually, I've not really explored the whole bomb side of things lately. And that's mainly because I've been playing Imperials, Aces a little bit, and also the Republic. And the Republic don't really have many bombs. Well, I don't fly a Y-wing, so they definitely won't have any bombs that way. Nice, 4-0. So is that event finished yet, or is it still going? I have to ignore my ignorance. I've not really been paying that much attention to what's been going on. To be fair, I need to watch some more of that Gold Squadron competitions they're doing for the qualifiers. Yeah, nice one, that'd be cool. So good morning to you if you're just waking up and finding the stream. Or if it's the evening and you're watching it back on YouTube later. You know, welcome. So I was up at 7 o'clock, up at 6:30 this morning, getting the stream ready. Carry on with this project. So as you can see, bit of progress on both sides. Just starting the highlighting phase on the skin. Well, I'll say skin. On the skin part of the hull. I did a Django's slave one already. Certain Mr. Warren owns that one at the moment. But I was after 3 Firesprays when I bought these 2. So I do need to pick another one up and do another paint scheme. Because I've seen the one that FFG have done. Looks pretty good actually. But I always like to have my own repainted one on the table. I should really keep some of these paint jobs I do. Yeah, you can't be a bit of cheeky pin-up art on there, I suppose. Gone a bit quiet there, just concentrate on getting this colour into the right place. See where I've done so far. So I'm pretty sure I've just worked my way all the way around the model there. Let's take this shade up another touch now. So it works quite nicely. So what will happen now with this colour is it'll start to jump. You can sort of see the difference with what's going on here. So horns were just green stuff. So it's like a modelling putty from Games Workshop. Literally just mix it up in your hands and just twist it into a little cone, push it on and sort of draw it out and mould it. These ones were a little bit bigger to do. I had to do the ones in 2 stages, but the ones on the Darth Maul Firespray, you can just see they're just triangles of horns in the right places. And then just draw them out with your finger, a bit of a sculpting tool to smooth them out. But really, really easy actually. Just have to, once you do the first bit, just gotta let it cure a little bit, probably for a couple of hours, and then, well, let's say an hour to an hour and a half, and it'll still be soft, but it goes a touch hard, and then you can smooth it over with a little bit of water. And then you can sort of get all the fingerprints off it as you've moulded it. So let's get all these highlights done now. So working around the eyes, any of these little panels, I'm just trying to pick out the top part of the panel. Not working the whole panel now. Just the top part. And then also if there's any edges left. So you probably see on this panel a bit better. Just work that top section because that's where the light's supposed to catch it. And then when we come to probably the next highlighting stage, So we start to do a bit more edge highlighting. These colours that we've already put the foundation for. Ignore Streamlabs. Yeah, when we put the highlight down on the next section, then it just makes the highlighting you've done so far just really pop out. Okay, so it's working out quite nicely. So the colour is coming a little bit more yellow than the original brown that we've put down. So it's working out quite nicely. And what I will do with this as well is, yeah, no problem, mate. Take care. Thank you for joining in and tuning in. It's been nice to have a little chat in the morning. Have a good day at work, buddy, and I'll speak to you later. Yeah, we'll be sticking a little wash over this, and I'll just pick out the recesses. Quite looking forward to getting the highlights on this section here on the top. I just think that's going to frame the whole piece. So, highlights are starting to look pretty nice. Like I say, I've not jumped up too far when adding the colour in. So you get this really smooth blend on the colour. So the issue is sometimes, as a tip, when you try and wet blending, is that you might put just a little bit too much of your highlight into your mix, and then you just progress too far too quick, and then you get these sort of gradients in the colour. Now, for some people, they actually really like that, but for others, certain styles, it doesn't really work. So you just got to use and trust your eyes You know, does it look alright? You know, if not, you need to fix it there and then. There's lots of different ways to fix it. You know, you can let it dry and then just paint over it. Or you can, if it's still wet, you could darken the tone again and then blend back in. But always, you know, just take your time. There's no rush. You know, me personally, I'm quite a quick painter. However, you know, if something's not right, then I definitely sort it out. You know, I never leave a model until I'm totally happy with it. That's one thing you can be rest assured with your with any commissions that you might come to me for. You know, even if it takes me longer than I've quoted, I'll still get it done and make sure it looks right, because, you know, you come to me with an idea, I make it happen. You know, you don't come to me and I do half a job. Right, so this is progressing really nicely. So I hope you're enjoying what you're seeing. And what we'll do as well is we will be tidying up all the black lines again. So first job yesterday was just to tidy it up. Now we know where it's going and we want to get that decent symmetry on. See, already I can see this doesn't bend around far enough with the yellow, or is big enough, but that will get sorted once this sort of skin tone is almost there. Okay, so the colours are all starting to come together now. Again, needs another highlight again. So we're going to mix some more Zamisi Desert into there. I think it is when you get through to your highlights at this stage, you are putting on less and less paint because you're not having to cover a big area. You just need to pick out sort of the highlights and the brighter elements. So I've got to say, I think I've lost count of how many Firesprays I've actually painted. I think the original Firespray that I painted, my first one, quite sure, I think Bob D's got that one, if I remember rightly. I've done a couple in the meantime. I think I did a nice black one with blue flames, so I remember that one. That was a great one. I think Simon's got that at the minute. Then I've done obviously the Darth Maul Firespray. Did the Jango Fett Firespray. Then I've done Jango Fett dial to go with the Firespray, and a Boba Fett one as well. And I think that's all I've painted. So maybe half a dozen. Okay, so what we're doing now is we're going to start highlighting all these key panels here. So these panels are the ones that are really going to get your attention when you look at the model. So we've got to make sure these are nice and clean. So you always give the focal point of the model really, really good attention, because that's what draws the eye first. And if I'm happy when I'm painting it, then I'm definitely doing something right. So, but this one's definitely got me quite excited so far. Okay, so we're nearly there. Let's get to the end of this section. And we'll stick a stream marker in there to split the video up in the editing stage later. rest of this side. It's looking really good. I'm really happy with this so far. And especially when you're working with a symmetrical design, always try and keep your highlighting in a very similar fashion on both sides. Kind of goes without saying really, but just to make sure that you do it right. Otherwise you don't want different techniques on two sides of a model. Okay, so we are nearly there with this side now. So let's start at the top. Like I said a second ago, this is going to be the main focal points. You have to really pay attention on this section. Okay, so wing pieces. Just get a bit of a blend onto the front of them. A bit across the back edges. So it's probably time to move down a brush size. So I've done all that so far with a size 1 brush, which to be fair is quite a big brush. But the good thing is that you've got good coverage with the bristles, which means you can get smooth colours going on. Perfect. Let's get the inside of that done as well. Sorry to try and keep it on camera. Okie dokie. So progressing nicely. So that's the main colours done, and we're going to move on to the highlights now.